But big announcement. It is
Thursday,
here.
May 11th.
Give me a roll the video.
Yeah, roll the video, Zach, for him and show him what it's all about. Hey guys, Corey with Conkey's Outdoors. Garmin has just released the Alpha 300, the 300i, the T20 collar, and the TT25. We've been testing them for a few months now, really enjoying them, had great luck with them. I hope y'all enjoy them as well. We've got a ton of videos that we have put out there to kind of dive into all the accessories, all the features that these collars and the handheld has to offer. And we hope you enjoy it. If you got any questions, give us a call, 904-692-1568, or jump on conkeys.com to purchase.
All right, so that was it. The brand new Alpha 300, 300i.
300i, and the TT25 and T20 Collars. Super excited about these. I'm glad y'all stayed up to listen to the big announcement. We're actually going to stay live as well for a little while and tell y'all all about it.
Yeah, got any questions, let us know. We'll go through them. So here we got the brand new Alpha 300 handheld. Now, as you can tell, looks very familiar to something that you've already had, the 200. So it's, you know, a lot of difference on the inside. You know, not so much, of course, on the outside.
It's kind of like two similar cars side by side. If you had the 200 and 300, they look identical, but the 300 has a better motor in it. It's faster, brighter. It's got a ton of new features, and we're actually going to be posting those videos on YouTube now. So you should be able to see those, and we're actually going to put them on the live stream as well, so you can kind of watch them here while you're on the live stream. We're going to go through every new feature of the 300 and all the new features of the collars too. So y'all will really like that, and you'll be able to dive in on YouTube and kind of figure out exactly what these new products do. I'm really excited about it.
Yeah, so a big thing is the it's got a new charging port, which is a USB-C. It's a reversible charging port. It's a very good, durable charging port as well. So it's not as cumbersome as the USB Micro, the USB Mini, and so that's a very good you know, change. The battery life is a lot better on this newer unit.
55 hours.
55 hours.
Handheld.
So it's going to last you all weekend versus barely getting you to the end of the day like before. You know, it's the same battery, just a more you know, energy efficient inside.
Let's we'll hit some of these comments as we go, and then we'll bounce back too. So let's see. Do you got to have the 300 run the new collars? No. They're all compatible. If you buy the 20 or 25, those collars are compatible with the 100, the 200, the 300. So you're good there. And
so this is a TT25 right here. So this is the collar, and this collar, a big thing Garmin did is they actually this is a very modular system. So before, you know, they're getting rid of having to have a mini collar and a full-size collar and going to a more modular collar with multiple parts. So as you see here, this is the same exact collar, but it's got a different GPS antenna band that's connected to it. Here on this collar, you have what they call the standard length band. And then on this collar here, the blue collar, you're going to have what they call a zero length band.
And these you can actually take off in the field. We'll show some of them videos later. But 2 Phillips head screws in the field. You can take this off and put a new one on. I really like that design because, I mean, Garmin's kind of realized, and they've been listening to you. They know that they had some issues over time with the bands. This really fixes that. I mean, hounds are tough. We're putting these collars on hounds, and I mean, they're going through, I mean, some of the harshest conditions there is. And
swamp, saltwater, desert.
Just being able to, you know, they really, it's tough to come up with a product that's going to withstand that over time, you know, night in, night out. So now they've made it where if you do break it, you can fix it right there quickly. So really.
And so a quick comparison here as far as, you know, so what they're going to be able to do is kind of give one collar to everybody. Here we have the old, or not old, but the TT15X collar as far as size goes. In the middle, we're going to have the TT25, and then on the end, the mini collar. So the 25, as far as the housing and the battery goes, is going to be very comparable in size to the mini collar already. and it's going to have a little bit longer of a band than the mini collar did, but that's where the option of the zero length band is going to come into play, and you'll be able to have this full size TT25 collar on a very small neck dog, while it's still being the same exact collar.
You want to show a video?
1 inch strap on that. Yeah, what video did we want to play on?
Show a video putting it on the dog.
Okay, yeah, we're going to show a clip right here, and then y'all check that out, and then jump back in after that and ask some more questions.
All right, so we're back here after checking out those glamour shots of Corey and River test fitting those brand new collars.
Had to show them off the riverbank.
All right, so Mr. Harry, you asked us a very, very important question that everybody's going to ask us. What is pricing?
What is price? So, Zach's going to take us to conkiesoutdoors.com or conkies.com. Both of them will get you there. The new collar itself, the TT25, is a track and train collar. Here's all of the pricing right here, this is a good little shot. You'll be able to break down everything. A little bit higher on the handheld, the 300 and the 300i. Your TT25 collar is going to be the same, and you're getting a lot more features out of that. So I believe that's a good call by Garmin to have that same price as the 15X. You're really gaining something there. And we do have the mini option, a little bit higher on the mini option. Some people will probably not like that, but you do have to remember that you're going to have two bands. You're going to have the mini one, and you're going to get the standard one. So if you do break that band in the field, you're already going to have your replacement for only $20 more. So you really can't beat it.
And that brings us to the next couple of upgrades that Garmin's going to have. So they're not only going to have the standard band and the zero length band that we have here, but also they're going to be releasing a ruggedized band. It's going to be a more durable band. It's going to have apparently cables going through it. We have not got our hands on one yet. They're going to be releasing in a couple months, but that's going to be another option. Also, another big option is going to be the battery pack. So the battery pack is actually going to be very similar to the old Tritronics collars, where it's going to be built into the plastic housing. So the serial number is now on the inside of the collar where the on-off button is, and this outside housing will come off, and a larger, thicker housing will go on with a double battery. So as far as battery life goes on this collar, you're looking at 68 hours.
68 hours on the standard.
On the standard battery that's included with every collar, or you can go with the extended life battery.
136 hours.
136 hours. And that's going to be $100, but it's also the battery pack itself is going to be $100, $99.99, and it's going to include the clip that comes with it. So it's going to have a larger charging clip to accommodate the collar. That's going to be included for that price.
And that's all based on the dynamic update rate of the collars. So all of these collars are going to come standard with the dynamic update rate. A lot of you will have questions on that, and we can definitely answer that for you. The dynamic update rate is kind of the way you can explain it is it's a smart update rate. Before you had 2.5 seconds, and it goes up from there. But this rate, when it is sitting still, it knows that it doesn't need to send a signal. If the collar is in your dog box, it doesn't really need to send a signal. It has a bunch of different features there that keeps the update rate dynamic, but it also gets you the longer battery life. So you'll get the 68 hours on the standard, and then you'll get the 136 on the upgraded battery. I think people really like that, and we're going to show a video on that one as well. So y'all stay tuned. Another great feature on the 20 and 25 collars is going to be the dynamic update rate. What is dynamic update rate? The best thing about it is it's going to give you longer battery life. It's basically a smart update rate is how they put it. all these collars are going to come default in the dynamic update rate. So you'll have dynamic on here under your settings. You'll have dynamic 2.5, 5, 10, and 2 minutes. On dynamic, you will get 68 hours on the regular collar. If you add the extended battery pack, you'll be getting 138 hours on that collar using the dynamic update rate. I think you will like the dynamic update rate. We've been using it side by side on some collars, and we have not noticed a difference. It knows when the collar is in a truck, it knows when it's sitting still, and it knows when to send that update back to the handheld. So that's how it saves on battery. They're able to save on battery as well just by not having as many components in the collar. When they went to the X collars, they kind of did the same thing there as far as drug some of that battery life out by getting rid of some components that weren't needed. I really think dynamic update rate is going to be the future, and you're really going to like it. It's going to give you a lot better battery life, and that's what everybody's been wanting: hunt longer and charge less. Y'all check out the rest of the videos.
All right, Trey, to answer your question there about the charging clip, unfortunately, the charging clip for the new TT25 and T20 collars is going to be different whether it's got the larger battery or the standard battery that comes with it. As you can see, it's a smaller, more narrow clip that goes in the collars now.
It'll be a little clip that just clips right on, as you've probably seen on the website earlier when we were scrolling through. But it'll have a USB-C on both ends, so that USB-C will plug in it, and then the other side will be USB, and it'll just plug in. But it's a really nice clip. It clips on really good, and I think you'll have less issues. You know, we had some issues on the 15Xs having the kind of indented charging connection here. You got a lot of dirt in there.
Yeah, this one's more very pronounced raised, so it's going to get a good connection.
You won't have any dirt get on it. You won't have to clean you shouldn't have to clean them to get them charging. So I think Garmin did a good job there as far as changing the charging port on it.
The lights on the collar are a little different as well. They're out on the corners here, larger lights. Pretty
cool. At first, I wasn't really excited about it.
They're very bright.
They're extremely bright, and if you're running, I think there's 5 or 6 different colors, as you've seen in the video that we just played. But you can actually turn them on the fly, blink slow, blink fast, continuous. But if you're running dogs at night, some of the fox hunters would be running maybe 5 or 6 dogs at night. You could have different colors on every dog, and when they're crossing the road, you could know which dog is crossing. So that'll be cool. I think people will use it. Coon hunters up north, they get around coyotes. They like to have collars on their dogs. So people use the collar lights for a bunch of different things, and I'm kind of excited about all the different colors they have.
That's right. Let's see, never mind. But let's make a joke.
Yeah,
watch a video. Okay.
Another great feature of the 20 and 25 collars is the ability to change the lights on the collars. And these are really awesome lights. They actually have a blue color and a magenta color. And you can turn it on the fly, click on there, click adjust collar light. If you want to change the color, you would click here, and then you'll scroll down. You have red, green, blue, yellow, cyan, magenta, and white. And you can change your color there. Then you would actually go back to adjust color light and go to blink mode. You have to turn it to continuous, blink slow, blink fast, or off. When you do this, you can blink slow, and it'll go to blinking. You can blink fast, blink a lot faster for you, or you can just put it back on continuous or off. The main reason why this would be really nice, a lot of people up north will use it if they have predators in the area. People use blinking lights for that. Another good feature I would see is if you're using running hounds and you're running hounds at night, you could put each dog on a different color, and you can kind of tell when that dog is crossing the road. It'd be a little bit easier to catch them up as well. Hope you like that feature. I think you will. It might not be something you'll use all the time, but it is an added bonus, and it's there and very, very simple to use. Y'all check out the rest of the videos on the 20 and 25 collars.
All right, Jake. So now that we're back, we actually may have a solution for your question.
Yeah, Jake, we definitely want to answer your question there. That's one of the big features with the Alpha 300. It's not going to completely get rid of your interference. You're always going to have interference. There's only so many channels, but what it does do is it helps you manage your interference. So on channel view, and we will play that video next, probably be a little bit better in-depth video of it. But with channel view, what you have is you actually be able to go on the 300, look at each channel, and then as you break down each channel, it'll tell you how many people are using that channel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it's not just Garmin collars. It will pick up interference from any collar. So that's pretty cool. It just allows you to manage your interference better. So if you're seeing that a channel it has green, yellow, and red channels. Red is a lot of interference, of course. Yellow is minor interference, and green is good to go. You can change them on the fly in channel view. So if you are picking up interference on a collar, you can literally go to channel view and say, okay, well, this collar's getting interference. I want to change it to another channel. That's going to help you manage your channels and manage your interference a lot better. We're going to play that video here in just a second, and you'll be able to check that out. We're going to have a lot of questions on channel view, but it will make sense once you get it in your hands and start using it.
Yeah.
The Alpha 300 introduces an all-new feature called channel view. Channel view will make you want to purchase the Alpha 300, and I will walk you through why here in just a second. So click on channel view, and you have my devices. You have channel 1, channel 2, channel 3, channel 4, and channel 5. What this does is it actually scans, and it can pick up interference on specific channels. It doesn't have to be a Garmin product to pick it up as interference. It can pick up any collar interference. So when you click on my devices, you will see all of your devices listed here. You'll see the collar ID number, and then it will flash back to what you have it named. So John, Jenny, TT25, and it tells you what exactly ID that collar is on. If you see green, that means everything is clear. If you see yellow, you are getting some interference on that channel. And if you see red, you're getting a lot of interference. The numbers that Garmin has used for the channel 1, channel 2, channel 3, channel 4, and channel 5 is, right now it says 0 people are using, so that's green. Up to 7 people can be on that channel, and it will stay green. Once it goes to 8, it goes to yellow, and once it goes to 12 people using that channel, it will go to red. So that is something to note on channel view, why it's important. It's going to keep you from having a lot of interference before you turn your dogs out. You could actually look at all this, make sure that you're not using a channel that somebody else is, and this should help you on your interference a ton. Very interested in it, looking forward to it this hunting season, and just being able to keep these dogs interference free and knowing that we don't have any interference and we can track our dogs. So hopefully that helps. I believe you'll love channel view. Y'all check out the rest of the videos. All right, we're back. Hopefully that explains the channel view. Like I said, a little bit complicated, but
that'll be a great feature.
Once
you get used to it and be able to look at it and go,
you're gonna know.
There's a spot right there.
That's right.
Especially when you're in Ocala or a public land area, a lot of hunters, you can see where there's availability. Really.
And it should help even these enclosures, running pins. Should help you a little bit. You're still going to have interference from time to time, and you're going to notice some channels are clogged up more than others, but it just gives you a better breakdown of it. Next thing to talk about is
the group sharing.
Very
so you can always
excited.
share the collars.
Mm-hmm.
I could send you a collar. Here's Jenny.
Yep.
Send me River.
That was kind of cumbersome. Took too long.
But what if I got all the foxhounds in there?
Yeah.
Boom.
If I've got all the foxhounds in one group, I can send it to you. Send you the whole group. 300 to 300.
We're hunting with each other's dogs like that.
Good to go
All
in seconds. That is really nice, especially if you're deer hunting or hunting with anybody. If you're coon hunting and going hunting with a buddy that night and you've got a couple dogs.
His dogs are in there named. The group's named.
Mm-hmm.
John's dogs. Here's my 8 dogs.
Yep.
Load it up and let's go.
You'll know exactly what I call my dogs because that group, you're going to see it on there. So that's a really nice feature. I think people are going to like using it. It is 300 to 300. Just want to make that clear.
Yes, only 300 can do it right now.
Yeah.
Maybe an update in the future, but we don't know.
Yeah,
only 300
I doubt
300s.
it, but 300, 300. If you upgrade, make sure your buddy does too, so y'all can share them neat features. But y'all check out the video. This is another great feature that Alpha 300 offers, and that's going to be group sharing. It's definitely going to be different than your cloning that we talked about in the other video, but group sharing, you're really going to like it. It's only 300 to 300. It's not going to work 300 to 200, so if you upgrade, make sure your buddy does too. But we're going to dive right into that again. You've got dog list here, and at the top you'll have three different bars. You'll have your dog list, of course. You'll have your contacts in the middle, where you can pair handheld to handheld, and then on the far right you will have your groups. If you want to share these groups to another 300, you will click on the group that you want to share, and you will click the three lines in the middle, or the three dots in the middle. It'll say preparing to share group. It's going to search for a device. At this time, you will, on the other 300, you will go to this same setup, but then when you get to this page, you will want to hit the three lines at the bottom and hit receive from handheld. As you do that, you're sending from one handheld and receiving on the other. You have to make sure that you are doing it in that order, so then you can send on one and receive on the other. If you are wanting to send two different groups, one from this one from the other one, you will have to do that vice versa. I hope that helps. I think you will really like the group sharing. Group sharing is going to be more for if you're just needing to share one set of collars to a handheld. The cloning is going to be more for multiple groups. So if you're only doing one group, go to group sharing. If you're doing multiple groups, you're going to want to go to the cloning feature, which check that other video out as well. You'll really like it.
All right, there was a quick little video on
Thank y'all for still watching and still staying with us past midnight.
the group sharing 300 to 300.
Another great feature,
Cloning.
cloning. Pretty
Brand new unit.
cool feature.
Make it look like somebody else's unit.
We did it today.
All the dogs.
Out the box, you literally, and we'll show that
We took
video
a brand new
too.
300, took yours, already had everything in there, boom.
2 seconds.
I'm loaded up.
Probably, all right, I'll give it 5 seconds. But 5 seconds, you can do this, change, and make this handheld exactly like your buddies or whatever. It's pretty nice. You could technically have a master unit. If, say, you had a hunting club with a bunch of dogs, you could have a master unit with all those collars in it, and then you could clone it over to everybody else's, so then everybody has the same collars. It'd be very quickly and easy to use. The only thing to note, if you do change your IDs, that's going to change your handheld. So then you would need to let everybody else know that you changed those collars.
Yep.
They're going to have to go in manually and do that. Super simple, but you will have to note that, hey, I changed Jenny's collar to this ID, give them that new number, let them change it. But other than that, y'all check out this video on cloning. This is an awesome new feature that the Alpha 300 offers, and it's only going to be Alpha 300 to 300. It's going to be under the reset button. They're probably going to change this in the future. We've asked them to maybe make that a little bit easier. People were kind of scared of that reset button. But if you go to this reset button, we can basically take this handheld and everything on it, and we can clone it to another handheld. So why would you use that? Why would that be important? If you're hunting in a big hunting club and everybody wants to track the same collars, you can have one master unit and put all the collars in there, get them all lined up how you want them, and then you can take that 300 and clone it to the other 300 without having to put them collars in 10, 15, 20 different times. You can basically have one master unit, and then that's going to clone over to the rest of them. That is very important when you're putting 100, 200 dogs in here, and it just makes life easy as far as all your collar IDs go. So let's dive into how to do that. You'll click on the reset button, and as you'll see here, you can reset all settings, delete all. You have your auto backup, and that means that this system is going to back up itself. You have your backup now, which you can make it back up now after you put all those collars in, or you have restore now, which would take it back to factory. To clone this system to the other 300, and now this is again 300 to 300, you will not be able to do this 300 to 200. So you'll click these three lines at the bottom, and actually that wasn't, you click the middle buttons right there, and you'll hit send on this 300, and then on the other 300 you will hit receive. At that time, you're sending everything from this master unit to the other 300. That's going to be a game changer when it comes to Alpha 300 and why you will want to update from the 200 to the 300. Hope that helps, and y'all check out the rest of the videos. All right, we're back again. We want to answer Ethan's question.
Updates, or well, we're gonna go with updates.
Yeah, the next thing we're going to talk about would be Wi-Fi collar updates. That's a new feature on the 25 and the 20. You're going to be able to hook these collars up, and you need to do this right out of the box. Is hook your collars up to Wi-Fi, and they will auto update when they're on the charger. So
And
it
your
will
handheld.
look that handheld and collar. What that's going to do, and that kind of wraps back up to your question, Ethan, does a TT25 lose service like the TT15X? A lot of people run around with bad software in their 15Xs, and they're not updating them. So that's where these 20 and 25 collars being able to auto update should fix a lot of those issues. If there ever is a glitch or bug or anything like that, you probably wouldn't even notice it because they're going to be updating themselves.
That's right.
So really excited about that. We're going to play that video next. The great feature that the TT25 offers is Wi-Fi updates. You're not going to want to miss this. When you pull the TT25 out the box, you need to hook it to your handheld, and then you'll be able to set up your Wi-Fi for that collar. And it's going to be each specific collar. It's going to be something that you can do one time, and then you should not have to do it again. Make sure to use the Wi-Fi setup that, or the Wi-Fi network that your collar is going to be charging around. So when it's on charge, it's going to look out for that update, and then it's going to update itself while it's on the charger. Very important, and make sure you do it as soon as you grab it out of the box. So we're going to dive into that and how to do it. You'll go straight to your dog list. You'll go down to your TT25, which I have labeled, and you're going to click the 3 lines on the far right, and it'll say collar Wi-Fi setup. It's going to say make sure the handheld is near the collar. You can turn on your collar at that point, and you can do all of this inside. There's really no need to be outside, but it's going to say the collar is scanning for Wi-Fi networks, and it's looking, and then bam, there we are. Collar Wi-Fi networks is picking up everything here in the office. You would click on the network that you're wanting to add it to, and you're going to enter the password. After that is done, it is completely good to go, and you will just put it on charge, and you will never have to look for an update. You'll never have to plug this thing into a computer. So that is, an amazing feature that the TT25 offers, and it's definitely a reason to upgrade to the TT25 and the TT20. Either one of those collars will do that for you. Hope that helps, and y'all check out the rest of the videos.
All right. Thanks, Corey, for telling us more about the Wi-Fi updates there. Kyle, we're going to get to your question about maps in just a second, but we got to get to an important message from Kevin Davis. I'm glad you brought up the giveaway we're doing, Mr. Davis. This giveaway is sponsored by Kevin Davis.
By Kevin Davis.
And every Alpha 100 that gets sold today, Kevin is going to bring one of his football cards and put in each box.
Put them in there. I love that idea.
He's got plenty of them.
He's got a ton. He can share.
So we'll get a football card for each one. Your Alpha 100 will include a free football card from Kevin Davis.
This would probably really help sales.
That's right.
I like it. So Kevin, head on up tomorrow morning. We'll be here 9 a.m. Somebody will be here at 9.
Kevin's wife will appreciate it, if anybody.
That's right.
Move them cards.
But Kyle, back to your question, are the maps any better? So Garmin on the 200 and 300 they're using Topo Active maps. Topo Active maps are updatable maps. They're not as good as the mapping that you've seen on the 100, but in the future they will be. They actually use a program that, as a user, you can go on and edit the map and make it exactly how you want it. We actually played with that last week, and we're probably going to do some more videos on that in the future, but it's a OpenStreetMap. That's going to be where you can actually jump on there and put your own trail in. You could even name it what you're used to naming it. I think that's going to help in the future, but it does take a while for it to update. We did some of our hunting club recently. We're kind of waiting to see how long it is going to take to update. But I think it'll be good eventually. So hang in there on the maps. They will get better, and I know we keep saying that, but they will get better, and you will like them better one day.
I just got some breaking news from the back desk. The football card giveaway that was sponsored by Kevin Davis has been canceled.
He backed out.
So
Never mind. Never mind. The
regret to
giveaway.
inform all the customers they will be getting an Alpha 300, which is
That's good.
a lot better than a football card. But so we do apologize about that miscommunication.
I was hoping he was going to put the Dan Marino card in there.
And we will be issuing a retraction on that.
All right,
that
retract
news.
away. Maybe on the next one.
He'll rethink it though. We'll send him a letter.
This was a lot of pressure this time.
That's right.
He was under pressure.
Under pressure. Any more questions before we get it wrapped up here? It's 12:30. We got to go hunting.
Yeah,
That's
right.
time.
It is time.
I mean, we didn't stay up this late for just this. We had fish to fry.
That's right.
I'm going to
Bigger
bed.
fish to fry.
Zach said he's going to bed, so I guess we gotta maybe hunt tomorrow night. Let's see what else we might be missing. We went over a new design.
We are hunting technically.
We are?
We are.
What are we hunting? I'm scared.
I mean, when we used the board earlier, talked about how we're really hunting tonight. Just like I mean, it's
It's
in
hard.
a way,
It's
you're
harder.
hunting.
I had to actually wake myself up. It was harder to come and do this than it was to go hunting.
You want to talk about extended battery, changing it? You can show them how to change it.
So 6 screws on the, we've got a video that we can show on that. Changing the extended battery. Whether you have a standard battery that you need replaced with another standard battery, you could do that with 6 screws, or if you want to do the extended life battery. 6 torque screws, you take it off, you put a new one on, super quick. We'll play that video for you here in just a second. A great accessory that the 20 and 25 collars offer is the extended battery life option. With the standard battery life, you're going to get 68 hours. On the extended life battery option, you're going to get 136 hours. I have already loosened the screws, but we're going to jump right in on the tailgate and show you how to do that. So you're going to take these 2 Phillips head out, Phillips head here, take that off, and then you're going to have 6 torque screws here. The extended life battery is going to come with the correct bit, so you shouldn't have to worry about stripping that out. But I've loosened them up. You just pry this off. It's going to come off pretty easy. And that one screw kind of held up. You'll kind of feel it as you mess with it. Just unscrew that one a little bit more, and that's going to pop out. You've got your seal here. That's the biggest thing, though. You want to make sure you set that seal back in correctly, and that you don't mess that up as far as when you put the other battery on. You can take and just kind of pry that out. So that seal is going to sit and seat right in there, as you can see. Cool. And when you put the other one on, it's going to go on pretty simple. Just make sure you line everything up correctly. So we took this one off this way. It's got 2 pins, one there and one there. That'll fall in that slot, and then it's going to plug right in there. So you just set it right back over, and it snaps right in. The collar is going to turn on, and you would just tighten all these up. Before you tighten it up, you can go ahead and cut the collar back off and tighten all your bits back up. Really great option. It's super nice to be able to just change it. You don't have to mess up anything. You don't have to send it in to any kind of tech. I mean, you can do this on the tailgate as you just seen there. Really good option. $100 for the extended life battery option. And if you like it, check out the rest of the video. Another great feature on the 20 and 25 collars is the user replaceable flex bands. So as you'll see here, we've got the mini 0 length flex band on a collar, and then we have the standard flex band. They also have a ruggedized flex band. These standard flex bands are going to be $50. Super easy to replace. You have 2 screws, they pop out, they pop the new one in. You can do it all in the field, and we'll show you that in a later video. But you're really going to like these, just being able to change that in the field. We're actually going to put it on a dog for you, both collars, and show you how they fit on a dog. Some people will love the 0 length and probably just put that on their dogs. Some people might want to run the standard. So it's very user-friendly and just keeps you where you can do multiple things in the field if you need to get you out of a bind if you did have a problem.
All right, we're back. JD, yes. So the new collars will work down to the 100, 200, and 300 handhelds. So no matter what handheld you got, no matter what alpha handheld you got, the new collars work with it across the board.
We're definitely going to take trade-ins too. So if you want to trade up, give us a call and we'll go over pricing on all of that.
And with Trey, so technically speaking, yes. You will see Garmin did make a SKU, and we'll be packaging the collars and handhelds together in a box. But unlike in the past when they did, there will be no pricing discount. So you will still technically be paying the $800 for the Alpha 300 and the $350 for the TT25 collar. So it's $1150 is what the bundle package is, and that's packaged straight from Garmin. They do that actually for the big box retail stores, so that way they can put one item on the shelf versus having a handheld and a collar separate, and maybe the customer not knowing that they need to take both, in order to use the system. But the biggest thing we want to talk to you about now is time frames. So, like Garmin does, this isn't, all this stuff, was planned on being available now, but it unfortunately is not. So what we have here in stock is we have Alpha 300 handhelds and 300Is. We've got plenty of the handhelds in stock. They just arrived today. As far as the collars go, those will be a little bit longer.
You're going to be looking at around June 1st. The 20, mid-June. Then you start to get into the accessories, and they're going to go further out. As far as the mini guys go, what are you looking at? Zero length, you're looking at July. Rugged eyes, you're looking at August, September. So some of these are going to filter in throughout the next few months. So basically, your handhelds are available now, or your 300 handhelds are available, ready to go now.
Ready to go now.
But go ahead and start planning for what you want to do if you're wanting to upgrade. We know you need your collars, so but go ahead and start planning for that. If you're wanting to go to the 300, give us a call and we'll go over pricing as far as trade-ins go too.
And we're gonna be taking pre-orders for everything across the board. So we've got the alphas in stock now to ship. But if you want collars, we've got a lot of collars ordered, but they are limited because they got to go, to everybody across the nation. If you'd like to place your pre-order, we'll have that available online. You can get in line and have some of the first few ones that we have here.
One of the first few. I mean, we've got plenty on order. We will have them as soon as they hit, and your order will be sitting to the side waiting on it. So the sooner you get your order in, the quicker you're going to have it. And I think you're going to be excited about these products that Garmin has released.
It's a real good system. They've done a good job.
We are going to come back with a live probably next week sometime. Send us some messages on questions that you may have.
Yeah, there's going to be more questions coming out. We're going to have, we're going to start, getting, more answers from Garmin and, and actually seeing the product being delivered and, being able to answer those questions a little better for you as time happens.
And we set a bunch of videos of all these products on YouTube. Go watch them, dive into it, and kind of figure out if this is the right product for you. I think it will be. You're basically getting as far as the collars go, you're getting a collar that can be fixed on the bed of your tailgate in minutes. So there's not much that can go wrong with this collar anymore. Battery goes bad, you change it. The flex band goes bad, you change it. Or the GPS antenna goes bad, you change it. So, that's really exciting. There's no sending this collar off. Unless you were to get some kind of water damage or it get hit really hard and it mess up, then maybe that would cause some issues. But you're looking at a collar that can be a long-lasting collar that could last you many, many years. We do have some other
Keegan. So the back is all the same. So it's going to fit the same suction cup mounts, the same accessories that the 200 and 100 fit. It's going to have the same antenna. It's going to have the same cover, same screen protector. So the unit itself, the housing, exactly the same as the 200. There's no external differences at all on the 300 or the 200.
And I'm kind of happy about that. Some people didn't really like that, but it's nice to just be able to use your same accessories. Yes, you are having to spend more money on the device, but you're saving a lot of money on your accessories, especially if you had a 200. If you were thinking about the 200 and you never upgraded, now is the time to upgrade to the 300. If you have a 200 and you need to upgrade to the 300, I believe you will like it. So definitely be looking forward to the 300. We one thing we did miss, and I hate that we missed it, but the Alpha 300 and the 300i, we always get questions. What is the difference between the 300 and the 300i? The I stands for InReach, and that is a InReach is a satellite communication system that's built into the system. They come out with a messaging app, which is super nice.
Yep.
So that messaging app links to your 300i, and you'll actually be able to text people off of it using the satellite communication system that's built into the 300i. If you hunt in remote areas and that's something that interests you, you might want to spend the extra money and go with the I. It's only $50 more. So I think people will like that. I'm excited about it for sure. So. Well, John's getting tired.
Oh man, I'm getting old, and it's getting late.
Any more questions or?
So we got a question about price dropping on the 5s and 15s.
Okay.
Most likely, we will see as these come out into the marketplace, people start replacing the 15Xs and or 15s. As more of those get on the market, hunt season comes around, then those prices will start coming down. It's hard to tell how much, but it always, as new generation stuff comes out, the other stuff starts dropping in price. So.
And I really think you're better off going with these newer collars. They're going to stand the test of time because of the battery that you can better off going with the 20 or 25.
Yeah,
because in the long run, you got a collar that if something breaks, for a very minimal amount of money, you can be back up and running in seconds. And that's where Garmin has really listened to the hunters. Trying to keep us in the woods. And let's see, will y'all be created?
Trey's got a good question there at the end.
Okay.
The collar tags, they'll work on these.
They work.
Yep.
Yep.
The collar tags we have already work on these. They don't get in the way of the charger clip that's on these. And so they'll be the same ones. The strap it uses is a 1-inch strap, so same as a full size collar. You can put a 3/4 inch strap in here. It did work. It worked fine with that as well. So if you prefer a 3/4 inch strap, you can get away with that.
Yep.
Shift differential, absolutely.
We don't know what that is at Conkeys. That's a power plant thing.
Yeah, we just work 24/7. We don't have shifts.
That's right.
All right. Well. Please send
us
us some more messages. If you got any more questions, concerns, send them to us, and we'll put them together for our next live event.
Yeah, it was a great live. Thank y'all for logging in. And,
we appreciate you staying up with us on this very exciting release, the Garmin's new products, the Alpha 300 and the TT25 and T20.
Jump online, Conk.